Rajendra Girijappa Sonkowadeji, who is with us through online mode due to unexpected cancellation of his flight from Mumbai last night. Respected Registrar Professor K.V. Swami Garu, invited speakers from institutions of various parts of India, deans, principals of our college, university, dear colleagues, beloved students and scholars, and present media. Very good morning to you all, and I extend a warm welcome to the International Conference on Frontiers in Physical, Chemical and Biological Sciences, Applications in Agri-Food Technology, Pharmaceutical Innovations and Environmental Sustainability, with acronym FPCBS 2025. Physical, chemical and biological sciences are fundamentals to global development, providing foundational knowledge that drives technological innovations, improve health and food security, and enable solutions for environmental sustainability. Bringing such disciplines onto one platform, today's international conference is going to address many advances in the said areas and to provide insightful research ideas for numerous applications. Let us commence the international conference with the gracious inaugural session. To begin with, I may be permitted to invite the distinguished guest onto the dais. First, I would like to invite Professor B. Jaganmohan Reddy Garu, convener of the international conference and also the president of the inaugural program, onto the dais. Now, I would like to invite Dr. P. Chandramouli Garu, Chairman, IoT Publishco, and also the Chairman of the International Conference, onto the dais. I am very glad to invite the respected Registrar of our University, Professor K.V. Swami Garu, onto the dais. It's my privilege to invite the Chief Patron and also the Chief Guest of today's program, Professor S. Prasanna Sri Garu, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Nannayana University, Rajahmundry, onto the dais. Let us begin the program with Jyoti Prajwalana. I request the dignitaries onto the dais to light the lamp and also to garland the statue of Adi Vinaya. request the House to rise for the University Invocation Song.
కవి నన్నయ్య విశ్వవిద్యాలయం గోదావరి తీర విజ్ఞాన నిలయం. ఆది కవి నన్నయ్య విశ్వవిద్యాలయం గోదావరి తీర విజ్ఞాన నిలయం. ఆని ముత్యాలతో ఆచార్యవరులతో ఆని ముత్యాలతో ఆచార్యవరులతో వాణి నివాసమై వర్ధిల్లు గురుకులం వర్ధిల్లు గురుకులం. ఆది కవి నన్నయ్య విశ్వవిద్యాలయం గోదావరి తీర విజ్ఞాన నిలయం. ధర్మ స్ఫూర్తి ఆంధ్ర భారత కీర్తి. ఆశ ధర్మ స్ఫూర్తి ఆంధ్ర భారత కీర్తి. అడుగడుగున సంఘ సంస్కరణ దీప్తి. భవనాల తోరణం సువిశాల ప్రాంగణం. భవనాల తోరణం సువిశాల ప్రాంగణం. ప్రకృతి ఒడిలో విశ్వ పరిశోధనాలయం పరిశోధనాలయం. ఆది కవి నన్నయ్య విశ్వవిద్యాలయం గోదావరి తీర విజ్ఞాన నిలయం. కళాశాలలతో పలు శాఖలతో విలసిల్లే అత్యున్నత విద్యాలయం విశ్వవిద్యాలయం మన విశ్వవిద్యాలయం. రాజమహేంద్రానికి రాజసమయాలయం రాజమహేంద్రానికి రాజసమయాలయం. లక్షల విద్యార్థులున్న అక్షర దేవాలయం లక్షల విద్యార్థులున్న అక్షర దేవాలయం.
Very good morning to all participants. Respected esteemed Vice Chancellor Madam, the great visionary, the dynamic Vice Chancellor of Adikavi Nannaya University, Professor Sathapati Prasanna Sri Madam Garu, respected Registrar Sir, Professor K.V. Swami Garu, the chairman of this international conference, Professor P. Chandramouli Garu, organizing secretary of this international conference, Dr. K. Deepthi Garu, the principal of science and technology, Adikavi Nannaya University, Dr. P. Vijayananda Garu, and all my faculty colleagues, deans, principals, directors, all affiliated colleges, faculty members, students, a very good morning to one and all. It is immense pleasure the keynote speaker of today's international conference. We have the international conference keynote speaker. Unfortunately, the flight was delayed yesterday. So sir waited a lot to grace the occasion. And sir tried up to 1 o'clock night. And finally, sir accepted to greet all of us. Professor Rajendra sir from Solapur University. Sir is the keynote speaker for this entire international conference. So we are very happy if sir our presence is there physically. The entire conference is graced with his presence. And now sir is in the online to address all our participants. It is with immense pleasure and deep sense of academic fulfillment that I present these opening remarks. I express my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam, Professor Sathapati Prasanna Sri Madam, whose constant encouragement and visionary leadership made this conference possible. Without Madam guidance, I could not do this. I request all participants to give a big clap to our Vice Chancellor Madam. I also convey my heartfelt appreciation to the conference chairman, Professor Chandramouli Garu, Registrar of Adikavi Nannaya University, Professor Swami Garu, and entire my organizing team, faculty colleagues, research scholars, and dedicated students, volunteers whose collective efforts, commitment, and teamwork have resulted in the successful organization of this global academic event. My special thanks to all invited speakers, especially Krishna Reddy who came from GVK Biosciences, and all other speakers also, participants, contributors, sponsors, for enriching the conference with their valuable insights and scholarly contribution. I am confident that the outcomes of this conference will stimulate new directions in scientific research and strengthen our university's role in addressing societal and environmental challenges through knowledge and innovation. I wish all participants an intellectually rewarding experience and look forward to seeing the ideas born here evolve into impactful research collaborations. With this brief opening remarks, without making delay, I invite the conference chairman. Before that, I want to quote one Telugu quote. Pula parimalam గాలివాటికి వెళుతుంది. పూల పరిమళం గాలివాటికి వెళుతుంది. కానీ మనిషి మంచితనం ప్రతి దిక్కుకు ప్రసరిస్తుంది. ఆ కోవకు చెందిన వారే సాక్షాత్తు ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నటువంటి చీఫ్ గెస్ట్ Professor Sathapati Prasanna Sri Madam Garu, Ramoji Excellence Awardee. She is the person who is directing our university and developing our university in a fantastic way. I once again request all our participants to give a big clap to our Vice Chancellor. With this opening remarks, without any delay, now I request the conference chairman, Professor Paul Chandramoli, to address the gathering with objectives and themes of this conference.
Thank you, Professor Jagannath. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Adikavi Nannaya University, Chief Guest of today's inauguration of FPC BS, Professor Sathapati Prasanna Sri Garu, respected Registrar, respected distinguished dignitaries, guests, invited speakers, who is present here, Dr. Krishna Reddy, and the keynote speaker, Professor R.G. Sankavade Garu, and organizing secretaries, members, faculty of different departments, research scholars, students, and print and electronic media. A very good morning and welcome to one and all. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, is honored and privileged welcoming all of you with immense pleasure to International Conference on Frontiers in Physical, Chemical and Biological Sciences, Applications in Agri-Food Technology, Pharmaceutical Innovation and Environmental Sustainability, organizing by Adikavi Nannaya University in association with Ivanki Publishco, Hyderabad, on different areas of sciences to have broad participation and interdisciplinary understanding. The physical, chemical and biological sciences are deeply interconnected disciplines that together provide a holistic understanding of natural phenomena. To address the frontiers in these areas, the convener and today's function president, Professor Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, had very long and myself had very long discussions and planned to organize this international conference connecting various important scientific topics. After our prior understanding, we approached our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prasanna Sri Garu, seeking ma'am's permission to organize the conference. We are highly grateful to Madam Prasanna Sri Garu for her immediate acceptance to organize this conference, great encouragement and excellent support in every development of this conference consistently. Through this FPCBS, we aim to bring together the leading academic scientists and most renewed researchers from all over the world to present and discuss their most recent innovations, research trends and concerns on all aspects of physical, chemical and biological sciences for exchange of their experiences and outputs, and thus the presentations would be a great importance to this community. In view of this, we organized this conference featuring keynote address by Professor Rajendra Sankavade Garu and 4 plenary speakers from India and abroad, that is Dr. Krishna Reddy Garu and Dr. Vishnu Garu, Professor Ranganath Garu and Dr. Suresh from IICT Hyderabad. And also 5 invited speakers we have planned, one from Dr. Zhanjie Shu from China and Dr. Pavani from USA and Mr. Vijay Sarathi from West Pharma, Dr. Subbarao from Microlabs, Bangalore, and Dr. Anju Babu from Hyderabad. So I am confident that these discussions, ideas, deliberations, and collaborations that emerge an outcome of FECBS provide a way forward for groundbreaking advancements in all three disciplines of sciences. Further, I am proud to announce that we have received a great response from all over India and abroad, such as other countries, USA, China, and Muscat, and we had more than 300 participants with 100 people contributing their research to this international conference. The conference would be a great successful with all the speakers and participants. In fact, this wouldn't have been happened without great support from the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prasanna Srigaru, who is passionate about the research activities and then given very good support to us, and also to the university authorities, registrar and other authorities, as well as organizing secretary and members, and most importantly, students who helped to arrange all these arrangements. My sincere and heartfelt thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Prasanna Srigaru, and all other supported in organizing this FECBS 2025. Finally, I thank all the invited speakers for their kind acceptance to share their expertise with FECBS audience and their gracious presence. I hope and wish that the conference would be great success with meaningful contributions from all the participants. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Professor Chandramouli garu, for your entire objectives and themes of this international conference. Hope this you understand well and got an idea about the conference theme and objectives. Now, without any delay, we have a keynote speaker, today's keynote speaker, Professor R.G. Frankawade, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Sir is in the online. Now I request our student Amulya to introduce the guest to the audience.
What about my voice? Is it getting?
Yes, sir. Your voice is very clear.
Okay. From your side, you just increase the volume. I'm not getting.
Okay, sir. Where is the volume?
Sir, mic check. Hello, check.
Hello, check.
Sir, can I add?
Hello, check.
Yeah, you please proceed. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Prasanna Sri Ma'am, the other dignitaries on and off the dais, and my dear friends. I am Amulya, pursuing second year MSc Analytical Chemistry. I am privileged to present Professor R.J. Sonkavade. Professor R.J. Sonkavade is a distinguished academician and scientist, currently serving as a senior professor and head of Department of Physics at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. His strong academic foundation was laid with a master's degree in physics from Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University. He further specialized by earning a post-MSc diploma in radiological physics from prestigious Park Center, Mumbai, and later obtained his PhD from Hemvati Nandan Bahuguna University, Srinagar. A substantial and formative period of Professor Sonkavade's career was spent at the Inter-University Accelerator Center, formerly Nuclear Science Center, New Delhi. For nearly 18 years, he served as a senior scientist contributing to the nation's advanced scientific research infrastructure. Professor Sonkavade's scholarly impact is extensive and internationally recognized. His research portfolio includes over 130 papers published in prestigious referred journals, 24 articles and conference proceedings, and patent to his credit. In recognition of his scientific process, he was awarded the prestigious scientist status by the Japan Society for the Promotion of Sciences. His scientific pursuits have taken him to numerous countries including South Korea, Spain, Japan, the UK, and Belgium. His current research is focused on cutting-edge areas of material science, including energy storage devices, sensing applications, and supercapacitors. We are truly privileged to have you, sir. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence. Thank you for this precious opportunity.
Thank you, Anchor. Good noon to one and all. First of all, let me say thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Prasanna Garu Madam, the Registrar of the University, Professor Swami Garu, the convener of this conference, Professor Jagan Reddy Garu, and other distinguished guests who are participating in this event as the invited speakers, the various heads of the departments of the university, dean of the universities, and dear students. It gives me an immense pleasure to address this gathering. The event which was being organized by this university under the dynamic leadership of your Honorable Vice Chancellor Prasanna Sri. I know she is very, very dynamic and she will change the face of this whole university. The concept of this conference, which was decided by the organizing committee, which focuses on frontiers in physical, chemical, and biological sciences, applications in agri, food, technology, pharmaceutical, innovation, and environmental sustainability. I'm very glad to mention it over here to all these participants and the Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam also. The whole idea of this conference theme, I was looking through that, it was dedicated towards the 17 goals of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. And out of the 17 goals, many goals Professor Jagan has covered in this. When I was going through the speakers, there are very, very eminent speakers which I have observed it. I knew it's not a simple task to organize such an event. It requires meticulous planning and full support of the whole team. I'm sure Professor Prasanna Sri Madam and the Registrar supported Professor Jagan Reddy extensively. That's the reason this whole event has come up to this stage. Dear students and participants, the whole world, we are facing difficulties about the environmental pollution, the technology, and its related applications. You are aware, just 2 weeks back, Honorable Prime Minister of our India, he inaugurated the one session in the international event at Delhi, and he's emphasized that India must go with the technology, and we must carry forward with the technology, our indigenous technology. That is more emphasis he is giving towards the indigenous technology. Dear students, the future lies with you. You are the really dream for our country, and you must think about the goal which Honorable Prime Minister has initiated. He wants Atmanirbhar Bharat. So these are the aspects Honorable Prime Minister quite often focuses, and he is supporting fully for such universities, for such events. I'm sure all these researchers and students will put best efforts to come our nation at forefront. Dear students, we must not forget basic of three quantities. First is health, education, and poverty. Whole nation knows if we'll get sustainable in the health, education, and poverty, we can fight with everything. Recent only we have witnessed the pandemic, which is a COVID pandemic, and everyone has realized how important it is to have the technology with us. India is enormous, having enormous talent, and the youth population is almost 67% of our youth population in the age group of 25 to 35. So this is the catch where we can have our own indigenous technologies, industries. Honorable Prime Minister has initiated various schemes, so students can avail about that. Many schemes are very important, and if you have the unique idea, the government of India is always supporting to us. Dear students, now we are implemented almost everywhere NEP 2020, and NEP 2020 has also given very huge potential to the students based on their interest. So this is the catch point. You can catch it, you can enhance, you can deliver to the nations. We must not forget about the nation. Please remember that nation is first, then other aspects will come. And we should come up for the nation. Whatever announcement will be done from the government of India side, we all participants, the young students, must give the commitment for that. I'm quite obvious and sure under the dynamic leadership of Professor Prasanna, Madam, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, this event will be very, very successful. And there are various participants I was listening who have participated from different countries. Really, my dear students, I wanted to come over there in physical mode, but you might have seen there was a chaos which has been created by Indigo. And last night, I was on the airport till to 1 p.m., right from 5 p.m. to 1 p.m. So there were a lot of quarrels which was going in the passengers, then ultimately I have to quit from the airport. Nonetheless, I'll be giving you the technical session in my keynote address, but with these opening remarks, once again, I must congratulate to the whole team of this organizing committee as well as the dynamic Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Prasanna Sri Madam. Dear students, let me say you, I have witnessed her presence for hardly 2 days in Delhi. She is a very, very humble lady, and she has struggled a lot. She has come to up to this extent. I'm sure she will understand the pain of every student and the faculty members. She has gone through such phases, and she will bring this university at the forefront. With these kind words, I'll be stopping it over here, and I'll be handing over to the organizers, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for such wonderful message of this international conference. We're really fortunate to have a person like you, sir. Really, you work with the late Abdul Kalam Garu, the President of India. So thank you very much once again from the bottom of our heart, from the Department of Chemistry and on behalf of BOILOGICAL University. I request all participants to give a big clap to sir message again. And sir will come again for keynote address. This is inaugural address only. Now, this is the time to invite, it's my privilege, it's my great privilege to invite today's chief guest of this international conference, who is working 24/7 for the benefit of our university, for the future of our university, none other than Professor Sakapati Prasanna Sri Madam, to address the gathering on this international conference with message.
My good friend, a close associate of our very favorite President, Abdul Kalam, sir, Professor R.J. Sonwadke, Professor from Department of Chemistry and Physics, Shivaji Rao University, Dr. Chandramouli, Krishna Reddy Garu, Dr. Sardi Garu, beloved registrar, delegates, faculty of ACNO, Ramchandra Garu, other distinguished invitees, and members from the press. Good morning. It gives me a pleasure to extend my warm greetings to you all, distinguished delegates, eminent scientists, academicians, research scholars, students participating in this international conference hosted by Nannayanayanew University, Rajamahendravaram. This prestigious event centered on the theme Frontiers in the Physical, Chemical and Biological Sciences, Applications in Agri-Food Technology, Pharmaceutical Innovations and Environmental Sustainability. This reflects our university's continued commitment to fostering interdisciplinary research and innovation for the societal well-being. The rapid advancements in science and technology are continuously reshaping the understanding of natural process and offering transformative solutions across multiple sectors. The integration of physical, chemical, biological sciences have become crucial in developing sustainable agricultural practices, next generation pharmaceuticals, and environmentally responsible technologies. This conference provides an exceptional platform for sharing cutting-edge research, exchanging ideas, and building collaborations that can address global changes, such as food security, climate changes, public health, and ecological preservation. I am confident that the deliberations during these 2 days will enrich our scientific community, inspire our young researchers to lead a meaningful innovation with real-world impact. I deeply appreciate the efforts of the organizing committee, resource person, supporting staff, whose dedication has made this international gathering possible. I also extend warm welcome to all our international and national participants who have joined us to contribute to this intellectual forum. I extend my heartfelt congratulations once again to the organizing committee for successfully coordinating this international conference. The dedication, meticulous planning, collaborative spirit demonstrated by the organizers have resulted in bringing together renowned experts, scholars, and innovators across the globe to our university. I wish the conference grand success and hope that it will pave the way for the future collaborations and path-breaking research outcomes. Jai Hind.
Thank you, madam, for your inspiring message, especially to the youngsters, those who are doing research in all areas. Now, the world is interlinked with all disciplines. Surely our students will observe all discussions and deliberations of this international conference. Our Vice Chancellor, Madam, to felicitate this international conference speakers. First, now I request Krishna Reddy to come on to the dais. Now I request Vice Chancellor, Madam, and other Chandramouli Garu, Registrar Garu to join in this felicitation.
Thank you, Professor Jagannath Reddy, sir. Now I am here to propose the formal vote of thanks. First of all, I express a sincere thanks and gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Sathapati Prasanna Sri Madam Garu, for her continuous support and guidance in arranging this international conference. Thank you very much, Madam, for all the support that we have extended right from the idea of having this international conference. I also thank Professor R.G. Sonkawade Garu, who has been closely associated with the late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Garu, the former President of India, in many scientific developments that has been happened in India. Though we missed your presence, sir, directly in this conference, but thanks to the technology that has connected us through this online mode. And we also thank you for patiently waiting for the initiation of the program and also for the remarks and greetings that you have extended. And we sincerely regret for the inconvenience that is caused to yesterday in the delay of the flight. And anyhow, your presence in online mode also has definitely graced this occasion. I then express our sincere gratitude to the respected Registrar, Professor K.V. Swami Garu, for patronship and support. And I also express huge thanks to Professor K. Ramaneshwari Garu, PM Usha Coordinator, for the support. And I also express thanks to the Principal of University College of Science and Technology, our beloved Dr. Vijayanagala Madam Garu, for her guidance and continuous support. And I cannot forget the deans, directors, the faculty members, and the organizing secretary, and the scientific companies who has been supporting us for a long way, and the other faculty members from various affiliated colleges, the students and research scholars, and all the non-teaching staff who has been with us in making this inaugural session a grand success. Thank you one and all. As a memento of this occasion, we would like to have a group photo with our Honorable Vice Chancellor and the President and all with the convener and the organizing committee. So I request our students to come for the group photo. And all the participants and speakers also who are going to present their valuable ideas, and the delegates. Everyone please come on to the dais for having a group photo. All of you can join, whether you may be visible in the photo or not, but it is a good experience for us to have this kind of a group photo as a memento for this grand international conference.
Honorable VC Madam. My son also joined your event from Australia. Right now he is in Queensland University of Technology, Brisbane, Australia.
ఎలా వచ్చారు జగన్ సార్
Chemistry. Come and occupy this staircase. Students from Department of Chemistry, Rawal. Professor Rameshwari Madam also please to join. I request Dr. Lata Madam also to please.
ఓకేనా కట్టుకుంటున్నారు వెనకాల ఇది ఆయన ఉన్నప్పుడు స్క్రీన్లో కొన్ని ఫొటోస్ కూడా ఇక్కడ
Sir, Professor Sankawade sir, please switch on your camera sir because we are taking a group photo. Okay sir, thank you very much.
గిరి నన్ను అనౌన్స్ చేయండి.
Yeah, audible.
So now we can share your presentation, sir. Now we can start.
Sure, right now, yeah.
ఇక్కడ పెట్టండి. Yeah, you are visible.
Please take my slides.
Yes. We are operating, sir. We are operating. Our technical team, they are operating.
Can I just change it from this side?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
changing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. innovation energy storage, designing high performance nanostructure materials for future energy storage devices. As I said to you, all of you, that India is a very young India, and the present government of India has given two schemes, Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat 2047. You could see from this my talk title, which will be perfectly matching towards the theme of this conference which has been proposed and organized by you. Dear students, we all are aware how important is energy in every aspect. If you remember, World War or war between two countries will be mostly to show the strength and power. So such kind of strength and power, to have it, we must be self-sufficient in energies also. And that's the reason the whole world is focusing towards the energy. It may be different forms of energies. I'm sure all these participants, you will really enjoy this whole keynote lecture from my side. The way I have presented over here on the slide itself, you could see solar panel, there is a batteries, there is a wind power, and fossil fuels also, which we'll be discussing. These are the trees which has been given on these slides that we are going to say about different aspects. About me, which has been already mentioned to all of you, my keynote address will be focusing towards why the need for energy. I have simply opened it, embracing renewable energy, supercapacitors and overview, electrode materials for supercapacitors, need for electrochemical water splitting overview. Then I'll be discussing methodology for supercapacitors design and fabrications. At Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Department of Physics is one of the pioneer department which has been dedicated towards this material science, and our research has been highlighted by the whole faculty of Department of Physics. And out of that, one aspect they are very strong is in supercapacitors. Then I'll be discussing about characterization of supercapacitors by using various characterization tools, then its performance, durability and reliability. This durability and reliability I'll be comparing with the batteries and other aspects also I'll be sharing with that. Then lastly I'll be coming towards the summary and conclusion, what are the key findings, then implications, potentials, applications and limitations as well as challenges. Then future prospects of supercapacitor. What will be the future prospects? Whether can we use it independently or can we use it as in a hybrid? Now, as I have seen, you could see on this pictorial photo which has been presented over here, the energy is used at various places and it is requirement also. So one aspect which is very, very important is energy storage. And to have this energy storage, we must have a very good technology which can be store energy and give a very high power also. Now, energy storage technology is one of the major components of renewable energy integration and decarbonization of world energy system. See, we must do the progress, we must go with the technology, but one aspect we should always think about decarbonization. All the participants and the delegates, you are aware what is the situation happened right now in Delhi, our national capital, that is New Delhi. The air pollution has gone extensively bad and many persons from Delhi, they are switching to other places, irrespective of their very good jobs and families. So these are the concerns which needs to be addressed. Why such kind of pollution and how do we avoid? And one component it will address towards this energy storage, that is also one of the important aspects. So these are the forecast and all these things which has been required. Then we'll skip it these things, few of the slides, because these are the basic slides. But non-renewable resources, for example, oil, coal, natural gas and nuclear energies. These are the limited sources which we have to think alternate for this. oil is limited, coal is limited, natural gas is limited, and nuclear energy also limited. Now you will ask me what will be the nuclear energy. Nuclear energy, it's basically it is coming from uranium. Uranium is coming from the uranium, and that is also very limited. But to address this problem, there are several remedies which needs to be addressed to the environmental challenges with the energy generations. Now, transition to renewable energy, because we have seen it here, non-renewable, and these are the transitions to renewable energy. Then how we can save the energy? This saving of energy also I will be discussing. Carbon capture and storage, as well as grid modernization and energy storage. Advancements in non-renewable energy technologies, public awareness and evaluation. Some of these aspects are very, very important. If you could see over here, there are very important aspects which one has to address it. And on this slide, I'll be just focusing transition to renewable energies. Now the whole lecture will be focusing towards the renewable energy, emerging ways to address the environmental challenges associated with this. I just said to you, wind power, hydropower, geothermal energy, biofuel, solar energy are available, but this needs to be stored also. Now, embracing of this renewable energy, there is the growing importance and efficiency. Renewable energy share almost 30% of our electricity. Significant socio-economic benefits. They do have really socio-economic. What kind of socio-economic? Because economy also we will save up to large extent, as well as society also will get benefit of this. That is the reason this has been given as a significant socio-economic benefits. Widespread accessibility and versatility. Developing areas where energy access is crucial for human development. This is the address which one has to share. Long-term sustainability and support. This energy storage as well as the energy requirements needs to be have very long storage. Now, here on these slides, I'm sure you already getting all my slides, the Regan plot which has been shown. And on this Regan plot, if I could, I will be showing on this pointer also, this is the area where we'll be working, that is the supercapacitor. And this is the batteries and fuel cells as well as capacitors. You could see towards the y-axis there is a power density and towards the x-axis there is an energy density. And if you compare batteries and supercapacitors, so batteries do have energy densities, very good energy density, but they are lagging behind the power density. And you could see power density of these supercapacitors enormous. Now, what will be the role in energy storage and its conversation? First of all, the problem is energy storage, one has to have it. Power delivery, energy harvesting, hybrid system, and peak saving and load level. You could see in our country, in the night time, the energy consumption is very high. As well as when in the morning, industries, they do also consume the energy. But at the same time, when there is the excess of the energy which is coming out, that also needs to be stored. For that, we do require some of the energy storage devices. And we will be focusing on supercapacitors. How supercapacitors will be useful for energy storage devices. As why supercapacitor has been shown, energy density against the power density which has been given by these equations. This is the history. I'm not going in much detail because you could see on various books. I wanted to focus my talk, my keynote address towards this, mostly on need of energy storage devices and the development in energy storage devices. Now, you would see there is one aspect for anything, either or batteries or supercapacitors, electrode material. And there are different electrode metals which we are working for that. Like thermal self-protection, supercapacitor, piezoelectric, different kind of things which we'll be studying it. Then electric double layer capacitors, these are the parts of these supercapacitors which we will be discussing. Different kind of work which is going on, and we will be discussing about all these aspects. Now, electrode materials for super. What kind of electrode material? They do have very good surface area, electrical conductivity, stability, environmental impact, and cost. I must address over here, for Viksit Bharat, These two components are equally important in environmental impact as well as cost. Considering all these aspects, one has to see what kind of electrode metals we will choose it. Now, furthermore, I'll be clubbing it water splitting. Now, clean hydrogen production, which requires carbon-free and sustainable renewable energy storage, store solar, wind energy as in form of hydrogen, decarbonization of industry, replaces fossil fuels, environmental sustainability, produces only oxygen as a byproduct, and energy security enables local hydrogen. So this, nowadays, if you see many research articles are coming on water splitting. A lot of patents people are taking, and you might have seen it. There are the two concepts which are working out. Very recently, BYD, Build Your Dream, it's a automobile company which is having a car, and Tesla from Elon Musk. They are working on these batteries for these cars. Just 20 days back or 25 days back, BYD has overpowered with Tesla by establishing a new battery. That battery, they have not yet disclosed the technology, but battery is so good, it enhances very long life of that battery. The charging time is very less. The mileage which you will be getting in single charge, you can run for a longer distance. So these are the advantages which BYD has shown China. Dear friends, this I wanted to address to all of you. We must think for Viksit Bharat, we have to compete with the very developed countries, such as United States of America and China. I am not hesitating over here to say China is far away compared to India in terms of technology. It feels pain to me, though we do have very good human resources, but we are not putting our best efforts in terms of technology. I knew there are problems also, administrative problems also at various levels, but universities can play a very vital role, and if we approach to the administrative authorities, this problem will be solved soon. I am also trying with my best to convince to the government of India through various forums, various meetings, committees, the way I used to address, the way today also I am addressing and I am focusing on this issue. So some of you will also convince with me there is a need to convince to the government of India. The government of India is doing extensive work. Nonetheless, there are the administrative lapses which also needs to be taken out so that our industries can come to India and academicians will devote much time for this. Now, water splitting is one of the aspects which we are working, and a lot of research work has started on this. My research scholars are working on this. Hydrogen evaluation reaction, oxygen evaluation reaction. For this, I feel there is a future for this water splitting also. Now, methodology for supercapacitors. So, when we will talk in terms of architectural considerations, there will be the architectural considerations consist of electrode morphology, current collector, as well as electrode configuration. Then, apart from that, fabrication techniques. So, this device will be electrode deposition, 3D printing, fabric and solution-based methods, template-assisted synthesis. These are the few of the aspects. One very important aspect about importance of electrode is ionic conductivity, electrochemical stability, low resistance. All these things needs to be addressed properly, and then the compatibility. Then choosing the appropriate electrolyte, aqueous electrolyte, organic electrolyte, solid state electrolytes. So the whole world will be focusing towards the solid state electrolyte. The batteries should be solid state batteries. That is the more important aspect. Everyone is looking for that. Now, electrochemical property-wise selection, you could see over here, we must address the thermal stability, particularly about boiling point, freezing point, salt solubility, then the energy density, potential window. When we will be discussing about the CV cycles, we could see how much is the potential window, we have got it. Then the concentration, power density, ionic conductivity, viscosity, dissolution process. Then cycle life, stability, corrosivity, water activity, ion electrode interaction. These are the different aspects which needs to be addressed when we will be considering about the supercapacitors. And there is a huge potential with the supercapacitors also. Now, performance as well as performance evaluation. We will be evaluating the good supercapacitor based on its potential window, cycle life, capacitance, energy density, resistance, power density, and Coulombic efficiency. You can take any batteries. We always, whenever we will be purchasing a mobile, we will see how much time the battery will be sustainable, and the cycle means charging discharging cycles. Though as a common man we will not think about charging discharging cycles, but everyone will be focusing towards the how much time the battery will be sustainable. At the same, the way we will be focusing about the quality of camera, the RAM in that, and the processor, the equally important we always see about the life of that battery, how much time it will be sustaining in our mobiles. Likewise, these are the performance parameters which needs to be. Now, we all read about Ola. Ola developed batteries and they floated their scooters in the market. But you could see 1,441 units of electric two-wheelers they have to call back. The reason is they used to get the fire. And ultimately, when the researchers started doing on this, what has happened, it was observed that the battery which has been developed by Ola was not suiting towards the environmental or climatic conditions, temperature conditions of India. And they have resolved it now, again it is come back in the market. So these are the aspects which needs to be addressed. Everywhere now the electric vehicle is coming in the market, so there is a huge potential for the energy storage as well as energy. That's the reason the people are working on extensively on energy devices as well as energy storage devices. What are the factors which will be affecting? As I just mentioned, temperature, humidity, mechanical state, and contaminants. This Ola got failure due to temperature. And I just mentioned you, BYD has established a battery. They have tested with the temperature condition and mechanical stress. That BYD battery has shown excellent performance for all these kind of things. And that is the reason now if you see the Tesla has coming down and BYD has been overpowered. The sale of the BYD has enhanced a lot, as well as the batteries due to one reason is batteries performance. Now, what are the technological findings and summaries? So, technological advancement in supercapacitor focus on material innovation and exploration. You could see over here, which I'll be discussing furthermore. This technological advancement supercapacitor focus on material innovation and exploration, leading to the development of new materials with high surface area and electrical conductivity. Can you see my slides, please?
Yes. Slideshow has been just stopped.
Is it visible?
Slideshow has been just stopped. Can you please?
Oh, just a minute. I'll do it. Give me 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is okay.
It's available there?
Yes. We can see the slides now, sir.
Okay. You could see over here. Now, future perspective of supercapacitors. This is a battery, and it gives a pain to me. Still in India, we don't have the manufacturing unit for supercapacitors. It has been manufactured out of country. So this needs to be this industry. And recently, I came to know India has come up with some industry. They are fabricating these supercapacitors. See, some of the countries they have already taken supercapacitors for their different aspects, particularly Germany, most of this transportation works on the supercapacitors. I told you, supercapacitors are having very high power density. This high power density can be used as a boosting. Like railway which needs the thrust, high thrust. So initial thrust can be taken from the supercapacitor and one can switch towards the battery, so that this idea of the supercapacitors, which wherever you want the very high thrust, these supercapacitors can be used. Now these are the few of the aspects which we are doing synthesis. I'm not going much in detail, but there are a lot of our papers which has been published and it has been highlighted over here. You could see over here the papers have been highlighted. So you can go through that and you will get full idea, because I wanted to address to the whole gathering our work, which is very important. Now characterization which needs to be done it, we have any synthesis whichever we have done it, you must do the TGA DTA so that you could see where the phase is getting stable. And we have done all these characterization techniques which has been shown where the phase is getting stable, and then we will operate during that temperature. Then the structural studies also. You could see different structural studies now which has been matched, and this has been reported. FTR and Raman spectroscopy. People will ask me why so many characterization tools are essential. When we'll be discussing about the technology, we must have in hand all these characterizations, then only we will play with this concept. You could see over here surface morphology study, both same and tame. Whenever we will be working on such kind of materials, we must see based on our crystal size or particle size, the same and tame, and at a micro level also we can evaluate it. You could see over here in the X image, which is clear-cut arrangement of atoms have been shown over here, planes which are shown over here. Then Z pattern, which is visible over here. Likewise, you could see this is the same pattern which has been shown. Now compositional analysis, EDX and mapping. Let me say, mapping is very, very important for any sample. If you will do some mapping, you will get how uniformly, how the distribution of this material has been happened. So that role also very important. People will only show in their research EDX, whereas mapping will be at a very limited research scholars which used to cover. But kindly, dear students, you must go, if there is a mapping facility available, you must take the mapping also. Now these are the techniques how we will check our supercapacitors. You could see the window which has been mentioned over here, potential windows, and different scan rates, 100 millivolt per second for this. Then for this, as well as 5 volt, 10 millivolt per second, 10 millivolts, like that, which has been highlighted, and at the end which has been concluded over here also. These all papers are published, and you will be getting certain links also where it has been. Then this is a GCD curve, charging discharging curve, which has been shown over here. As I mentioned you, whenever we'll be going to the market, we always see how long the life of the battery. If you'll just open any mobile battery, which is a lithium battery, it has been shown the cycle life also, few lakh cycle lives. But supercapacitor cycle life is much better compared to the other batteries. Though there are certain disadvantages also, but this will be used, supercapacitors can be used as a sandwich for batteries and supercapacitors. Then this is the ER cyclic stability, which has been shown at different levels. Based on this, one can say. Then synthesis, I'm just skipping all this because time limitation is there. This is a hydrothermally synthesis nanoplex, which has done by my students. Then these are the other aspects also. These are the morphological and surface area analysis. We used to do surface area analysis also by bed, and all these things we used to compare how this size core radius is happening, because all these supercapacitors or the batteries, they will be playing a vital role. Exchange of ions, which takes over there, is the exchange of ions, and for that core radius is also equally important. Now these are some of the TEM analysis, including the Z pattern which has been shown over here, and I just now mentioned you, these are the lattice parameters which has been, this is the planes which has been given, and the D, you could see these values which we are obtained from the TEM as well as XRD, more or less they are corroborating with each other. and my always instructions to the research scholars, kindly corroborate the said pattern and temp pattern with your XRDs, for which you will get a very high impact factor journals publications. Then TEM and XPS, as we all are aware, we used to do XPS for such kind of analysis. Without XPS, we can't proceed further. Though then someone may ask me, if there is no XPS, what should we do? This doesn't mean, if you will do it, this is the added advantage. If you want to have a good idea about these phase changes, you will get it with XPS. Then there are different alkaline metals and all these things. I'll be going much faster because due to time limitations. And I just wanted to bring to you, as dear participants, I was mentioning all of you, all my research, but all this research, for everything, my backbone is my all research scholars which has been highlighted over here. Honorable Vice Chancellor of your university knew very well how busy I am and frequently flying on various committees I am going representing, but all my work which will be supported to me under my guidance is my research scholars. Without my research scholars, I am nowhere, and I knew that every professor will accept with me the research scholar is backbone for their research. Without their support, without their help, we cannot get a good papers. And all papers which has been published, have been cited very well as having a very good impact factor. So always, I must request to the audience also, give a huge applause for my research scholars, please. Now, I'll be coming to the end. Yes, if there are a couple of questions, I'll be very happy to take it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any questions from the audience participants?
One or two questions, we can have it.
Yes, sir. We have one question, sir. Please, sir. Come forward. Tell your name and affiliation, then you ask your question. You come here.
It is okay? Okay, hello sir, I am Dr. Rahul, a faculty in the Geetam School of Science, right, basically from Visakhapatnam. My question to you is, like, for all these batteries and EV that is currently in the trend right now, much less has been talked about how to dispose the batteries. Not much has been discussed about how the disposal is going to be take place, and you can accept like it is quite hazardous disposing these many batteries. That's my first question, and the second one is about like unless we have the clean electrical energy, why we are continuously pushing and claiming that the EV are we are progressing to the green energy system by using the EV. Thank you.
Your second question, could you please repeat it?
Like continuously we are pushing towards like claiming that the EV is the green form, it's a green and clean form of energy. But unless our electrical supply is completely green, it is completely fossil independent, how we can claim that it's a green and clean energy?
Okay, first I will address your, this is a very good question which you have posed it, and this has been addressed by many forums, disposal of a battery, but it is a common man question and every person must understand how to dispose it of. Even at our home also, whenever we will be replacing the battery, we are simply throwing in the dustbin. That's a very wrong practice. Now you will ask me then where to throw it. Yes, this is a major concern. Batteries need not to be thrown in such a way because it gives the blast. So it should be very cautiously disposed of. Perhaps your second question was towards the green energy and the chemical supply, something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, when we will be addressing towards the Viksit Bharat 2047 or Atmanirbhar Bharat, I was just mentioning you, BYD, Build your dream. What was the BYD? BYD was nowhere. Now you see BYD, it's a China firm, how it has gone up. What is the basic for that? One reason they have been captured the market due to their batteries. Why? Elon Musk, he came up with a Tesla, but the cell, you will compare the cell of BYD and Tesla. The BYD cell is very enormous. Now you will cross-question me, BYD cost is also low. Not only cost is low, it's the battery performance. In one charging, how many kilometers this is going on? That is also very important. So, dear participants, technology means you must go with the technology and you must improve with the technology. The way BYD has almost capturing the whole automobile market, the reasons are the technologies. So we should not compromise on the technology, we must go with the technology. Yes, there are the lapses also, there are some certain things which needs to be addressed, which has to be addressed, one has to take into account about all these things and then only will proceed, progress in our economy. See, any country GDP depends on what? GDP contributes your education, health and the power as well as agriculture. India's GDP is very strong due to agriculture. So we have to strengthen all these remaining parts also are equally important, our automobile sector. Why Korea? How big is Korea? Korea is a very small country, but you see their GDP and more or less India and Korea have been, they got the independence at the same level, but where is Korea GDP? What is the advancement of Korea? I will just tell you, when I was visiting Korea, all the immigration was cleared without any human. Within a minute, I got the immigration clearance. And when I came back to India, it took me 3 hours to get immigration clearance. I'm not criticizing anyone, but yes, Koreans have been enhanced with technology. Till date, the Korean bandwidth is very high. The internet is in the world, the fastest internet where you will get it in South Korea. Why is it so? It's such a small country. You see their automobile industry, Hyundai, Samsung, automobile electronics industry is captured by South Korea only. Such a small country. Now our aim is, India is having very young talent. Our GDP is very strong. So we have to accelerate. We have to give the commitment. There is one aspect where we lag behind is the commitment from our fellow citizens, our youth. You will ask me, no, then we are not getting the support the way Korea is having. Yes, with the limited resources we have to start it. You imagine what was there when ISRO was started, what was there in BAE was started. They were started from scratch. Now India is very high in terms of the space technology. So time will come, India will overpower everyone, and there is the prediction which has been mentioned. One day India GDP will be very huge GDP and India will be one of the superpower country in the world. Mind it and note it, India will be superpower in the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Any more questions from the participants? Thank you. And now we conclude this keynote address with our organizing secretary, Dr. K. Deepti garu will conclude, sir. Now I request Dr. Deepti garu to conclude this keynote address, sir.
Today's keynote speech presented with a title, Next Generation Energy Storage, Designing High Performance Nanostructured Materials for Future Energy Storage Devices is truly insightful and actually presented the need of the hour, like energy conservations for sustainability, supercapacitors, and also water splitting for the energy production. So the research presented by Professor Sonkawade garu included real-time aspects such as batteries, various factors affecting the functionality of batteries with the live examples, nanomaterials that are potential to be used in batteries. And sir also presented future ideas for the young researchers regarding the battery materials such that the green energy can be produced and energy can be sustainably conserved for the future generations. Thank you very much, sir, for taking the pain being very patientful to attend the inaugural session as well as present in the keynote address through online mode. We have a few words, sir, to express our gratitude. You have really graced this occasion, sir. So once again, we thank the technology for making this possible to connect the people from Adhikaran Anna University, Rajahmundry, all the way to Mumbai, Maharashtra. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for gracing all this program. I also thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor for making you to present here, for arranging this kind of insightful lectures as keynote addresses in this program. Thank you, madam. And now the time is for releasing of the souvenir by the dignitaries. Professor Jagan Mohan Reddy will be announcing it.
Sir, we are releasing the souvenir, sir. Please join with us, sir, with respect. We are requesting you, sir. We are releasing the souvenir of this international conference, sir. Now I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Madam, to release the souvenir of this international conference. I request all principals, please, principal, on the dais, madam, on the dais. Now all, request all deans and nomination, madam, also please come out. Sir, in your presence, we are very fortunate to release this souvenir, sir. We are releasing the souvenir, sir. Sir, please stop your presentation. We'll take your photo, sir. So we are, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, is releasing the souvenir, sir. Please join with us, sir. Now I request former Vice Chancellor, Vice Srinivasarao Garu, to come on to the dais, please. To grace the occasion, please. So thank you, sir. Now our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Madam, now Madam addressing the gathering.
So thank you very much, Professor Rajendra ji. It was a pleasure to have you, though personally we were not able to meet today as planned. So thank you for being with us. Namaste. So friends, we'll start for lunch. We'll break for lunch and thank you for joining for the inaugural session.
Now all of you requested to join for lunch outside this convention center, and we'll come back again with technical sessions after